Keith Rucker at VintageMachinery.org. Time to put together a little odds and ends video. Got a bunch of new things that have come into the shop over the last week or two, a couple of updates and what have you. So anyway, I thought we would put something together and get it out to you guys. So first off, today, the day that I'm shooting this is actually on Thursday, November 26th, 2015, which is Thanksgiving Day here in the United States. And this morning, we've actually going to have Thanksgiving with our family tonight. This morning I'm out in the shop. Yesterday I actually went up to North Georgia where my parents live and my brother. We had Thanksgiving up there, drove back home last night, and going to have Thanksgiving here today. But by the time you guys see this, it will be a belated happy Thanksgiving, but still I want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a day to count your many blessings, and I have been very well blessed, and my family has been very well blessed, and we're very thankful on this day. And as a side note, today is also Thanksgiving Day. This year happens to fall on my wife and I's 21st anniversary. We were actually married the Saturday after Thanksgiving, but every few years it falls on Thanksgiving Day, so I have a little something extra to be thankful for there. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and hope that you get to spend time with your friends and family as well. Shop update. That's another thing I've been getting a lot of questions about. So again, nothing really to report. The weather down here the last week or two has just not been great, and we haven't really been able to get started. Good news is it's drying out, and I talked to my contractor. He's supposed to be coming in on Monday morning to get started actually doing some framing and getting the actual building put up. They take off the week of Thanksgiving every year to spend time with their family, and you know, I can't blame them for that. This week actually would have been a good week to be working, but hey, I took this week off myself, so no problem there. So hopefully late next week we'll be able to show you some good pictures of some things going on. This week I have been off work, and I've been doing a little bit of work out there on the shop myself. I've had my tractor here and my loader and what have you. I've been moving some dirt around. When they dug out all the topsoil, they made a big pile. Of course, they brought in the fill dirt. I've been taking that topsoil and kind of putting it back around the building and doing a little bit of grading work myself to just save a little bit of money on the project since I got some time to work on it. So hopefully I'll get that done. It's still kind of wet down there, but the tractor's standing up, and so we're going to continue working on that a little bit on and off over the next couple of days while I'm off this week. Let's see. Had a visitor come to the shop. One second, let me get some stuff and come right back to you. All right, so about a week ago, I had a visitor stop by here in Tifton, came by the museum and visited with me, and that was Dave Calabretta. Dave lives up, I think in Pennsylvania is where he told me he's from, but interesting, him and his wife drove down to Florida and went on a cruise a week or so ago to celebrate the anniversary of the Marine Corps. Dave was in the United States Marine Corps back during the Vietnam War era, and served in a squadron that worked with helicopters, and he was actually a door gunner on some of the big helicopters that the Marine Corps flew at the time. And I think they had a little squadron reunion down there on the cruise as well. But as they were coming back through Tifton on their way back north, he stopped off, met me at the museum on a Monday morning, and we had a good opportunity to visit for a little bit. And Dave brought me a couple of things coming back from his squadron reunion. I'll zoom you guys in on this, but there's a hat here with his squadron logo on it, as well as a little challenge coin also that has his squadron logo on one side, which was HMM 265. The Marine Medium Helicopter Squadron 265, and on the back side it's got the Marine Corps and a little challenge coin. So anyway, Dave, it was great to get to meet with you, and thank you so much for the hat and the challenge coin. We had a chance to visit a little bit. So last Saturday, they have an annual event down here in Moultrie, Georgia, which is about 30-45 minutes from where I live. They have a big automotive swap meet, and actually they do it several times a year, but they always do it the Saturday before Thanksgiving, and that's probably one of their biggest shows they do down there every year. And occasionally I'll try to go down there. It's a huge, huge swap meet, acres and acres and acres of vendors and old cars. I have to admit, I'm really not a big old car guy, but the big reason I go down there is looking for some tools and stuff. There's just so much stuff out there. And got to meet up with Adam Booth. Adam actually drove up, he drove over to Tallahassee and then rode up with his brother who lives in Tallahassee, Alex, and there was another fella, and I apologize, I can't remember his name, but the three of them came up and was in Moultrie, so got a chance to spend a few minutes chatting with Adam out there at the swap meet, and Adam got to see a couple of items that I had picked up. In fact, if you watch Adam's channel, you'll probably see some of the stuff that I had, because I think he showed a little shot of my wagon I was toting around in his video. I haven't seen that yet, but that'll probably post before my video does. But did pick up a few cool little things, and I was going to share some of those with you. Some of them Adam saw, a few of them I picked up after I ran into Adam. And then I had to leave a little bit early that day. I actually got there when they opened up at 8 o'clock, and I hooked up with Adam probably mid-morning sometime, and then I had to leave around lunchtime because had to come back to town. We were driving the train for a special event last Saturday night, and I had to get back and fire the locomotive up and get ready to drive the train all evening. We ran until about 9 o'clock that night, so didn't get to hang out with Adam a lot, but did get to see him. So anyway, let me show you a couple of things we picked up at the Moultrie, Georgia Automotive Swap Meet. I think you'll enjoy some of these. So these are probably my big item that I was most proud of for the day. Picking up a couple of sets of Greenfield Tap and Die adjustable screw plates, or dies, basically adjustable dies, die sets. They got some taps in here too, but I was mainly interested in the dies. I've been kind of wanting to get a good set of dies for a while. I've got some, just some little cheap like Craftsman or whatever, mostly smaller size stuff. And while I do most of my threading on the lathe, sometimes you just need a die to clean something up or to hand thread something. And anyway, I saw sitting over on a table in a guy, he mostly had automotive stuff, but I saw these two boxes, and I said, well, I wonder what's in those boxes, and I went and looked, and lo and behold, Greenfield Tap and Die. Both of these are number 9 sets, which basically goes from 1/4 inch to 1 inch. 1/4, 5/16, 3/8, 7/16, 1/2 inch, 5/8, 3/4, 7/8, and 1 inch. And what they are, one of them is a coarse thread and one of them is a fine thread. So I've got both sets of them here. And they're fairly complete. They got most of the taps. There's a few taps missing, which I'm not too worried about taps. I got plenty of taps. I had the tap handles in here. One of them was missing the small tap handle, or die handle, but I got it in this set over here. So it's not that big of a deal. And I think out of all the dies, I was missing one, which was a 3/4 fine thread. I'll have to find one of those. I'll probably try to find me the die stock to go in here as well. I'm not sure what went in this little compartment here. Probably a screwdriver or something like that, or a wrench to adjust this, I'm guessing. But anyway, I was real tickled with this. Guy had both of them, and we ended up working out a deal. I paid $100 for both of these, and they're in pretty excellent shape. The boxes on the outside a little dirty, but inside they're in pretty good shape. All the dies appear to look okay. Haven't tried any of them out. And anyway, comes with number 5 and number 7 tap handles, which is nice to have some more of those. And anyway, I'm excited about this. I've actually, like I said, and you'll see later, I've actually had on my list to get some die sets, and I've got another little small one that I'll show you in a little bit. It was an eBay buy. But anyway, I was real tickled about this. This right here pretty much has me set up now with what I think I'll need as far as dies go, for the most part. There's a couple of sizes I'll probably still be looking for, but anyway, this is nice. And like I said, I'll be looking for a couple of little replacement parts to finish these out, but all in all, very tickled with what I got here. So next I got these 4 items all from the same vendor. So we got a pair of Starett, what are these, 161E toolmaker clamps. Nice, good size ones. These come in handy. fact, I used some smaller ones on a little job just the other day, but I don't have any this size. And anyway, I thought that was nice. Both of them in excellent shape. Still got the case hardening on them that you can see. That looks really nice. And they also had a couple of these little Eagle 66 oil cans, little brass oil cans. And I've seen, Adam Booth always has some of these. There's some of the other guys that have picked them up. And I've never actually had one of these before, but he had a couple of these. One of them actually has this little flexible spout on it, which I think is kind of rare. I've never seen many like that. Most of the time you see like this. Both of them work. So anyway, picked up these. No really great deal on these. I paid $75 for all 4 items, which I thought was fair. And there's some items I think I can put to use. So anyway, I was pretty excited about those as well. All right, so these all came from another vendor out there, had a bunch of machinist type stuff sitting around, and yeah, most of it was really not stuff I needed, but I did pick up a few little items. So first off, just a nice set of these Allen wrenches in the little plastic case, a complete set, little ball ends, nothing exciting, but I was actually looking at some of these in the Travers catalog the other day, just because I've got tons and tons of Allen wrenches, but they're all loose sets, and it's nice to have them in this little plastic thing. And anyway, I didn't buy a new set, but anyway, he had some on the table, so I picked up a metric and a inch. These are both used, but in good shape. Had a little Starett hook rule here. It's got some wear on it, but it's there, and it'll work. This is a little 90-degree, little Starett 90-degree clamp, so you can take a rule and hook it this way, and take another rule and hook it on this side, and it gives you 90 degrees, so you can get up into a corner and measure something, or if you want to measure something off of a surface plate or something, just to get a rough measurement. So that's a handy little tool. That's a Starett number 289A. I think I've got another one of those, but anyway, I saw that. And then he also had these little spanner wrenches, which I used to have one very similar to this, and I was looking for it the other day and couldn't find it. It's probably somewhere, but these come in handy. If you got two little holes, little spanner holes, like in a circular disc that you need to take off, you can adjust the spacing on these. They're kind of like a set of dividers, and they have the pins in here that fit down in there, and you can use these to turn off different things. So there's 4 different ones, 4 different sizes. I see these 2 are Armstrongs. This one is a Fairmont, and this one was made by UTC. So all US made stuff. Anyway, I thought I picked up all those, and all this I think it was $90. Again, no huge great deal on it, but if you were to buy just these wrenches here, it'd probably be more than $90 if you bought all 4 of those new. And these look like they're all new old stock. So anyway, I was, again, pretty happy with that. Not a great bargain, but some stuff I can definitely use. Last things we picked up at the Moultrie Swap Meet were these little card cabinets that guy had sitting out on a little trailer. And anyway, getting the new shop built, always looking for a place to store tools. And these things are just great, these little drawers. So anyway, picked these up. He had a price for $8 a piece. I said, "You want to sell those?" And he's like, "Yeah." So, "Well, how much you want for them?" So, "Well, I got $8 a piece on them, but I really don't want to take them home. Would make me an offer on them." So I said, "Well, how about $5 a piece?" He said, "Sold." So $30 for these 3 here. These 4 here they all match. They all stack the same size. These are a little bit wider over here, but they're the same height, which is nice. So probably this will end up going on behind a bench, and this will be basically have a shelf above it or something. But I can use this to store all kinds of small tools, drill bits, whatever. They're great for that. So anyway, I was real tickled about this because always needing good storage options in the shop, and these will help out there for sure. So that's pretty much what we got at the Moultrie Swap Meet. Again, it's more automotive stuff, but you can find some deals out there if you just get out there and look. So I'm curious to see what, if anything, Adam picked up. When I ran into him, he hadn't bought anything yet, but I suspect he found some stuff. He was texting me some wasn't pictures, but texted me later that afternoon, said he had found some Starett stuff and what have you. I don't know if he bought anything or not. So anyway, I'll be watching out for his video later this week. Again, it'll probably post before mine does, but I'll be anxiously waiting to see what Adam picked up. Good to see you, Adam. Good to see Alex. I've seen him in a couple of Adam's videos here lately, and anyway, it was a fun time. I hear Dale Derry was there, although I didn't run into him, so I hate I missed you, Dale. Maybe we can hook up another time. So next comes a little viewer appreciation item that came down from David Adams up in Kentucky. But David sent down a little wrench he found. I believe it says Smith's on there, and it says G122 on the other side. It's a little wrench that has just different size fittings on it, and I believe that this may actually go to a torch set for like a cutting torch. Smith's was a manufacturer there, and I think this may have come with an old cutting torch. But again, nice little antique wrench, and we actually have a Smith's cutting torch out at the museum. So I may take this out there, and if it fits, it may find a home there. So anyway, thanks a lot for sending that along, David. I do appreciate it. So next we have a eBay purchase, another tap die set, again Greenfield Tap and Die. I actually picked this up, came in right before I went down to Moultrie and picked up those other ones. Again, I've been looking for some of these, and I found this one on eBay. Really nice set, looks to be in excellent condition, almost brand spanking new. And this is a small set, so anyway, it has like 1/16 up to 3/8. It's a little small die stock in here. Like I said, everything in here looks brand spanking new. Got the taps. This is a complete set. The tap handle. Got the little screwdriver to adjust it with, and this little wrench here, which I think maybe fits on the dies. It's like a little spanner wrench. Let's see if I can get one out. So you see little holes there in the back, so that fits in there to turn those out so you can pull the backs off of these. But anyway, nice little set here that really is in pristine condition. There you go. So that's just a little guide that the stock goes through, but you can pull that out with that wrench. But anyway, nice little set here. This was a true auction on eBay. Ended up getting it was I think $65, which included shipping, which I thought was really good for a set in this condition. So looks like it's hardly ever been used, if been used at all. I don't know. So anyway, excited about that as well. This will give me some of the smaller sizes. You know, I wish that the only ones I really wish I had was some of the number sizes now. So, you know, it actually lists those on here, but they're not in this set. But like a 632 and 832 or 29, 1024 or whatever. So anyway, once I get those few small dies, I think I will be absolutely set. So anyway, that's good to go. Another eBay purchase here, and this one I was really excited when I saw it. And again, it was a true auction, and ended up getting it at what I thought was a very good price. This is a little set of accessory tools for gauge blocks, and these are all made by C.E.J. Johannesson, the C.E. Johannesson company out of Sweden. And I actually have a set of Johannesson gauge blocks that I can use this with. So let me go grab the gauge blocks, and we'll kind of show. The only thing that's missing in here is the scribe, which is probably the one item that would be most useful, but it's also the easiest item in here to make myself. So I'll probably end up making a scribe to go in here. But let me go grab my gauge blocks, and we'll kind of show you how to use some of these. So this is my set of Johannesson gauge blocks, and I'm missing a couple of sizes in here. I need to get and try to find some replacements for those. Let's see, I'm missing this. What is that? A 50 thousandths. I can't hardly read these things with the light's clearing. 125 thousandths and 101 thousandths. And I got this one right here. This is a 100,000th one. And it's actually, it's a Johannesson gauge block, but it's a little bit shorter than the others. I don't think it was part of that original set. But anyway, at some point in time, I need to dig those up and just get my set complete. But anyway, back to this. So basically, these little pieces here are holders to hold the gauge blocks. So we'll take a 2-inch gauge block, and this is a 35 thousandths. So you can take these and put them together, and this will clamp down, and it'll give you something. So if you're doing some inspection work or something and need to, measure that measurement, you can use it for just that. It also has some of these accessories in here. So, for example, here we got 2 gauge blocks that have a little radius on the end, and that's or 200 thousandths. So each one of these will count as 200 thousandths. But let's say you're doing inspection work again, and you need to measure the inside diameter of a bore, and you can put these gauge blocks together, and like such. And now basically you can come in there and you can gauge the inside diameter of a bore. So I got a couple of different radiuses in here for doing that, and there's some smaller ones for smaller diameter, but again, for doing some inspection work where you need to do real accurate work, you may have 2 of these set up. One is a go and one is a no-go to hit a range of a tolerance or whatever. Anyway, I got 4 different sizes of these clamps, and then to make it even more useful, let's see, I'm going to take these out. We'll put those back in. And again, this is where the little scribe would really come in handy if I had it, but I'm gonna put this one in there. This is a little center piece, and we'll put that in there. So now, if I need to check the height of something to a center. And it's also got this little block here, which you can use on your surface plate. So now I can come in here and, let's see, let me take these back apart. And these pieces clip onto the base, and the base is, what is the base? 1 inch 375 thousandths is what the base adds up to. But again, now you can put your gauge blocks in here, and you just put in whatever you need to get the size. You just add them up. But say I need to have a center hole at a certain height, now I can come in there with this and measure that. And this is where that little scribe tool that's missing. You can put a scribe in here and then go up on your surface plate and use it for laying out a part at a really, really accurate height using gauge blocks. So anyway, this is a nice little accessory set to go with the gauge blocks, and I was real tickled to get this. You see these listed. There's quite a few of them listed on eBay. And they go for hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but I ended up getting this one for $65. I think it was $65. Anyway, it was around that ballpark. I thought it was a really good deal, obviously, but I think I was the only bidder. It may have been $50 I got this for. I think it was $65 is what I paid for the tap and die set, and I paid $50 for this. But anyway, really nice accessory set to go with my gauge blocks. All right, so that'll be a wrap. Appreciate you guys stopping by and watching my odds and ends video all the way to the end if you made it here. And as always, thank you to all my subscribers out there. And thank you for all your comments you guys leave as well. I always enjoy watching the comments. Man, the channel's been growing here lately. We're up to about 45,000 subscribers now. Again, just blows my mind, and seems like it's just getting bigger and bigger every week with more and more people tuning in and watching. So thank you to everybody out there here on Thanksgiving Day. I'm thankful for all of you guys who take the time to watch my videos, to subscribe to my channel, and to leave comments for me. It's awesome. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.